Ah.
Oh, I see. I see what I did. I unmuted the mic and aux because that's usually what I do, but on this one it's desktop audio.
Oh, you actually have
Uh-huh.
to mute the mic. So,
There we go.
because the
Yep.
mic
I hear
doesn't
people
do
now.
anything. Anyway,
Thank you, Russell, for being here.
I'm gonna
we're gonna
hide
have
that interface.
we're gonna have to start over. If you want to buy a gas powered stick, you can buy a gas powered stick from Yagoki. Yagoki, where can people find you to buy a gas powered stick? We're saving it. We're saving this. We got this. Got
Nowhere,
this.
Atlas. But in terms of looking for entertainment, you can find me all over the place on Twitch, on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Blue Sky, and Instagram, Yugoki Wolf, and all of those locations.
Wow, that's amazing. And if you want to talk to who produced this amazing commercial about gas powered sticks, you can talk to Zana. Zana, where can people find you if they have questions about this amazing commercial?
How did I know I was going to be next, Atlas?
Wow, this is a well written and well rehearsed script.
Wow, that's crazy.
Usually I can be found, on Yogoki streams. I almost went live today on Ms_5th here on Twitch. Um, but most of the time you can find me when I'm not producing these amazing commercials for things like gas-powered sticks on Yogoki's streams, throwing things at him.
Amazing, amazing. And when gas powered sticks get their own social media platforms, our social media manager for gas powered sticks, M Redfeather, will be the person to talk to. M, when you're not running the future accounts for gas powered stick, where can people find you on the internet?
I
What
know.
was the whisper for? What?
Hey, at least it wasn't a careless whisper.
You can find me at twitch.tv/mredfeather, as well as on things like Instagram, TikTok, and whatnot. Playing all kinds of games and doing some doodles.
Amazing. Perfect. And if you want to steal a gas powered stick, you can't, because our moderator and professional stick guard, Husky, will stop you. But when you're not guarding the gas powered sticks, where can people find you, Husky?
They can usually find me lurking in the Wooters Discord, guarding all the gas-powered sticks in our vault there. If I'm not there, I'm usually staring out at the sun, praising the sun.
Ah, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
And the underscore.
And if you want to know how we came into possession of so many gas powered sticks, stop asking questions. Stop it. And you'll never find out, because we have a crack team of security that keeps all of our information hidden on the internet. But when Foxy isn't protecting all of our gas powered stick information from the dark web on the internet, where can people find you?
I can be found on my channel where I have been playing Phasmo and other things like art.
Yeah. hmm hmm hmm
Mhm.
And you can find me, the amazing business leader of gas powered sticks, at twitch.tv/AtlasRiven, where I too promote gas powered sticks. Please buy them. We bought way too many. It's a real problem. Like, I put all of my money in this, and I didn't have a lot of money, okay? Anyway, welcome to Awooters Does D&D.
I don't have anywhere to sleep because my bed was taken over by gas powered sticks. Help us.
Wait, Sana, you can't tell them where we hide them. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yay.
Yay! Anyway, previously on a Wooters Does D&D, where everything was fine and nothing bad happened at all. Let's see. The crew fought. God, I already forgot her name. I made her and I forgot
That
her name.
bitch May.
That bitch May. It's hyphenated. Who had essentially burned a town to the ground and hung Artemis for display after stealing her soul. The crew kind of got a little beat up, just a little beat up, and Denier came to make sure that nobody died, because that did almost happen. It's traumatic. We won't talk about it. Uh, in doing so, he kind of gave up a lot to do so. The future of Denier is a little uncertain on whether or not Denier himself is going to actually survive this ordeal. He's currently being judged and taken
Right,
care
trauma.
of. He's currently being judged and taken care of with Persephone and the people of the underworld. Totally normal things that are normal and not sad. 'Cause, everybody
Don't
kind
mind
of
the
returned.
music.
Yeah. Is it too loud?
No.
Okay. Everybody returned to the realm of the gods, the light temple, as you will. Kind of informed the other gods, who took it as best they could. Um, and that is where we'll pick up this week.
Right. We're starting with trauma this week. Got it.
Yeah. We're starting with trauma this week.
Right.
You are all alone in the dining area as the gods that you have just talked to have kind of decided to disperse and assumedly go off to try their best to handle this situation.
I genuinely don't know what. So she'd probably just be standing in shock, just like do one of those like standing next to the table and then just like slowly sinks into the chair.
I'd start cooking because I have a lot of sad friends and I need to feed them.
You were
Buns
never
had-
actually shown to the kitchen.
Buns had marched after very angrily telling the joking gods what happened, had marched off to their room.
Correct. Which means that I'm gonna send you something because you will find something on the bed in the room.
Mace, not really knowing what else to do, will simply take inventory of what he has and maybe what he could have done better. So he'll set his mace on the table, he'll unhook the chain from around him, put it on the table next to it, take the ring of jumping off, kind of look at it. Lidinsky, do you think you could make better use of this than I?
Vladinsky would look over at Mace. You know what? I think that might come in handy. I might be able to use that here in the future.
He'll hand it over.
Then Vladinsky will accept it and then put it on immediately. Thank you, comrade. It shall be beneficial in future fights, hopefully.
That's the hope.
How far away is the group's rooms from the dining
It
room?
probably took you a good 10-ish minutes if you were like power walking that way.
Oh, she was power walking. Okay.
Yeah, so you probably got there reasonably quickly.
They don't hear
Probably running, to be fair.
I was gonna say I imagined storm off as the general vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, storm off, basically slam the door behind her. It was in a sprint the whole time, crying.
What would you like to do, Buttons?
Buns is screaming. She's just screaming incoherently as she holds what she found.
Gotcha. If anybody wants to just roll, well, if you're not listening for anything, if you're not actively paying attention, I guess, what's everybody's passive perception?
Well, mine's 20.
Oh, your passive perception is 20? You for
Yes.
sure can hear the faint screams of Buns from down the halls. And if you were to point it out, everyone else could probably hear it too.
Mace would most assuredly perk up, recognizing that is not a sound that he has heard in some time.
If ever. This is angry hurt. broken-hearted Buns.
And would leave the chain on on the table, but definitely grab back up his mace and just say that she got louder. I'm gonna go check on Buns.
All right, well, I don't want to overwhelm her. Just let us know if you need anything.
Without another word, he's already out of the room.
All right. So Mace will make his way to the room.
Make it his way.
It's relatively easy to get there, considering that you can just follow the wails of Buns.
I'm going to flicker.
You're gonna what?
Flicker. I had to
Flicker?
relaunch my browser.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was like, what are you casting?
I thought you said liquor, and I'm like, yeah, I could probably do for a drink.
I mean, she did disappear on the stream.
I just wanted to let you guys know that it's expected.
Got
all
it.
good, all good.
Should be coming back shortly. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
you're
back.
back.
Sorry.
You're all good?
Yep.
Does Suo, do you stay or are you following Mace?
If I hear Mace say that he's gonna check on Buns, I'd probably go with.
Okay. All right. So you guys make your way there.
Making our way.
uh, Once you get there, I mean, the door is not locked, I assume, unless Buns locked it.
No.
Vlad, are you staying behind or are you following?
I'm gonna stay behind.
Okay. So Mason Suo, you're at the door. What do you do?
So Mace would have been practically in full sprint,
I was gonna say peeking through the door.
but would like come to a screeching halt at the door, and in an effort to not add anxiety to the situation, he would do his best to inch the door open. What is wrong? Well, I suppose what else is wrong?
The furniture in the room is trashed. Scorch marks. Just let off spell after spell, just angry. Buns just looks up at Mace. He shouldn't have come. He shouldn't have come.
He shouldn't have. But he had his reasons. We must respect that.
She throws the letter unopened. She throws a letter at the two of them.
All right. I will go ahead and send you both that.
Mace will bend down to pick it up and open it.
Hold on. I'm gonna send it to
When-
you first because it has
Yeah.
stuff written on the front.
When Mace does that, Suo's probably gonna reach down and just scoop up Buns.
All right, you've been sent the letter.
Oh. Seeing that before he opened it. Ah. I see. And then he'll flash the writing on it to Suo. We need to take this back.
Buns just collapses sobbing. She's just heartbroken.
So I guess I'm carrying Buns.
I mean, unless you pass her off to Mace.
Very specifically, I'm carrying Buns as I would a toddler, like on my hip.
On hip, crying into shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume you all make it are going back to the dining hall where Ham and Vlad are.
Yes, I would, after saying that we need to get back with the others, I would, take one more look at the room. I understand your tears. Don't hold back.
Okay. So the three of you, I assume, make your way back. Suo carrying Buns. Ham and Vlad, you kind of see this sight as they walk through the double doors. The sight of Suo carrying a just sobbing uncontrollably Buns.
Okay. I'd largely remain quiet until the explanation is given as to what caused it, and keep to my work, basically.
I look up from the table to see what is going on, and just hearing Bun sobbing. If Ladinsky lets out just a soft grunt and slams his fist into the table, and then just sits there in silence.
Gather close, my friends. For our benefactor has some words for us. And he's choosing his words very carefully.
Okay. Is Mace going to read the letter, or is he going to ask if anybody else wants to read the letter?
He'd read it himself, yeah.
Okay. So then I will send you the letter. I'll send them in order.
Oh, goodness. There's quite a bit here.
And that's all of it. The last one is being sent. There you go.
Okay. Dear friends, and he reads aloud. It seems I have gone and done something dumb. Clearly, you all must have been an awful influence on myself. Shame on you for making such a smart god do something so dumb. I would, however, do it again in a heartbeat. I called you all to my help, or to help. I called you all to help me not too long ago, and yet, somehow, as you often do, apparently, you went above and beyond what was asked of you. I only wanted you to is that
Yes.
bring my memory back to me so that I could understand who I was. And you did so. And then you made even more memories with me. New ones. I dare say I would be even more upset to lose than the original. I have so much I wish to share with you all, but being immortal does not mean living forever. It means that you never know how long forever truly will last. I wish that forever this spec- wait, specific case would have lasted longer. Where should I start? Hamhawk.
He would like
So,
look up when you said that. He was probably mixing something in a bowl.
so savage, yet
Strange.
determined. Oh, strange yet determined. Excuse me. That's savage works too. But anyway,
I mean, Trudeau.
I hope that you become the best cook that has ever lived, so that wherever I end up, I may say that I ate your food, and it was the best I had ever had.
Maybe go back to mixing.
Ladinsky, the sun shines so bright you would think it would ruin your eyes.
Burn.
Clearly, you must be, oh gods,
Writer.
brighter than its rays. Your heart is far too large for any test to contain. I fear that is why you are all bones, my friend. You will do amazing things. I know you will.
With
Pausing
that
to
being,
give. Go
yeah,
ahead.
sorry, I was thinking of something real quick.
Yep.
Vladinsky will bow his head in a moment's silence, and with his palms, he takes his left one, forms it into a fist, and puts it flat against the other hand, and just weeps in sorrow for a moment, to shed tears for a fallen comrade, yet to not let that comrade be lost in memories, but to be cherished and remembered for who they were, not what they are. And with that, Vladinsky raises up his arms one last time, and in a weeping, staring up at where the sun would be weeping, he says, "Praise the sun." For one has fallen.
Suo, I dare say that I have lied to you a great many times. Your hair may not be the right shade of red, but it is perfect for you. A sometimes shy, yet fiercely smart and loyal friend. I hope that when you reach your peak potential, that everyone you care for learns these traits from you. The world could use more people like you in it.
Suo's would just kind of squeeze Buns a little tighter. As she probably starts crying herself.
You'd see Mace's eyes reading, but then flash down the page a bit. Buns. I fear I may miss you the most of all. My curious friend. I am the smartest god in the world. Of that I am confident. You, however, managed to teach me things I did not know. How to care past just the words on a page. How to look up from my pages and see those around me. I guess, in some ways, you were smarter than the smartest god in the world.
Suo squeeze.
Buns just kind of mutters, "Damn fucking right. I wouldn't have gone to someplace they could have killed me, being a god. Dumbass."
Just like the little, like, almost like child mumbling. She's like, me, 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 me.
And then the final dumbass.
And Mace, I hope that you return to that small town we started in, and that you buy. Damn it. He stops mid syllable. Never going to happen. I would never want it to be. Oh, good lordy, my cursive rating.
Harmed.
Harmed.
Testing.
He would worry about my tail. My hope for you is that you always remember you are more than who made you. You are more than the purpose they gave you. You are Mace, a friend who will break the world to keep those he loves safe. Make the world you want for them to live in, because you want to see it, not someone else. flips to the 3rd page. He skims it. Gives a shake of his head before going back to the top. The ham hock. I leave every cookbook in my library. Care for them. Keep them safe. Use them well. To Zledinsky, I leave a special weapon forged for those meant to protect the knowledge of the greatest library in the world. I attached to this the location in my library where you may find it, and the password to open its case. Suo, to you, I leave all my books on your kind, so that you may study your culture, and that when the day comes, you may pass that knowledge on to your people. One's culture should never be kept only inside of the pages of a book, but rather shared with those who appreciate it for its real worth.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Where's this future noise coming from?
My broken
Mace.
heart.
Mace, I give you something important to me. Something I hold above the books in my library. A job. Should you take it is up to you. Protect the keepers of knowledge, Mace. Her world is going to change. Things become complicated, and I did it on my own. She should not have to. Buns, my precious friend. To you, I leave it all. The library of Deniers, is yours now. It holds knowledge unknown to mortal men and secrets kept for thousands of years. I love you all. I will miss you all as if you were my closest of family. With all the love I could give you. Reading the last line, Mace just kind of shakes his head, and he gives a bit of a bob as if he was laughing. Your pocket god.
Stop it.
I don't want his library. I want him back.
I've already sobbed once tonight. I don't need to do it again.
I was just mentioning that.
Out here sobbing because of book, and now Alice is out here making me start crying again.
And
I don't want his library, you guys. I want him back. We can bring him back, can't we?
upon finishing reading, he'll put all 3 pages on the table, spread them out, and kind of find the attached location and password little note card, hand that off to Valinsky.
I will take the note and I will tuck that away for safekeeping.
Well, I chose my words carefully, but seems my word choice was not doing it justice. This is definitely written as the last will and testament. He expects he will die.
Buns wiggles and squirms. Put me down.
So we'll put her down.
She starts screaming for Persephone.
As you scream, and your scream gets louder and it echoes off the walls. The doors at the other end of the room open, and in walks Persephone. Her face somber, and she looks to you and she goes, yes, you called.
Bring him back.
You see as she looks at you, and though her face doesn't change, a tear rolls down her cheek, and she says, I cannot.
Why?
Because that is not my call to make.
Whose is it? I want to talk to them right now.
She's going, oh, I want to talk to your manager.
She wants to talk to Mom.
I'm sorry you can't. That's not how death works.
But so somebody has to die. Take me instead. Nadi. He shouldn't have gone. He shouldn't have even been there.
You're right. And he knew that. He's the smartest one. If anyone knew the consequences of his actions, it would have been him. I'm sorry,
You
I can't undo it.
So he's dead? He's gone?
I'm sorry.
Want to see him?
You can see him. We will all see him. We're making preparations.
I deserve to be there and to help.
The preparations are already almost finished. What you deserve is time to grieve.
Mace will pull the box out. walk over and put it at the far end of the table, closest to Persephone.
You watch as her pale hand kind of touches the top of the box.
We did what you wanted, and you got him killed.
I know. And I will carry this weight with me for the rest of my life.
So will I.
I'm
What
I'm
does
so
it mean
deeply
when the god of knowledge leaves you his library?
She makes a little smile and she looks at you and she just says, if the god of knowledge trusted his library to you, I think you know what that means. Because you're smart enough to know what that means.
He's the god of knowledge, not me.
I guess he didn't think so.
You know what? If I'm going to be the god of knowledge, I'm going to find a way to bring him back.
I hope that you find all of the knowledge you seek. And that you fill his shoes in the best way possible. And they're rather large shoes to fill.
Technically, they were small. He fit in my hood.
Your feet might have been bigger than his even when he was full-sized. Ham has like sat down at this point and is staring out of the window with a bowl of whatever mash he was stirring. But it's not stirring. He's just staring.
She reaches down and she picks up the box. And she looks down. There's nothing I can say, or nothing that I can do that will make any of this better. And if anyone knows that more than you and all of you, it would be all of us here. He was our family too. I'm sorry, I have more to... I have to finish some preparations. And she just walks away.
How was he judged?
She
What was his
pauses
judgment?
and she turns. And she kind of slowly looks over the entire group. And she smiles, a genuine smile at you all. You know what type of person he was. And you know, more than anyone else here, that he was judged to be the type of person you thought he was.
Because I don't want to have to kill Judgment.
I'm sure Judgment will appreciate you saying so. She turns around and, without looking, she says one final statement before leaving. She just says, "Tomorrow, when the sun starts to rise above the trees, we will lay our dear friend to rest. I know that you'll all be there. I need not invite you. Thank you for being with him." And she just leaves, the doors closing behind her.
And turns and looks at her friends. I don't know if I could take his place, you guys.
You don't have to alone. Mace's eyes are still locked on the door as he says this.
So I was just gonna like hold her hand.
As you all sit in this moment of silence, Mace, something happens, and you start to feel something familiar. A warmth starts to radiate over you, and the walls seem to shine just a little bit brighter. As something, you can tell something approaches from outside.
I'm getting familiar vibes, but is this friend or foe vibes?
It is friendly vibes. You are familiar with it, but you can't quite put a finger on it. Whatever this thing that you're familiar with, it's a very old familiarity. Like before Buns old.
The before times.
Start looking around. Trying
From
to
the other
pinpoint
side,
where it's coming from.
from the other side of the closed doors is the Great Hall. And you hear as two doors swing wide open. And you hear steps starting to enter this temple, this place where gods reside. And the whole room starts to shine just a little bit brighter.
Is he the only one seeing this?
You all at this point can see visibly. You hear the doors swing open, you hear footsteps, and you can visibly see that the walls are getting lighter. They're getting brighter. Mace is the only one with that familiar feeling.
I think that at the prospect of someone approaching, Ham would like just heave a really heavy sigh, kick himself off from the bench, and just start throwing any food that he can together in an effort to make it look like cooking.
Buns is gonna turn to it. She's at the anger stage. Very much at the anger stage. And she looks like she's gonna have plenty of words to any god who might show up trying to laugh and joke with them.
On the other side of the door, you kind of hear those steps reach the middle of the grand entrance. And then they go quiet as if they stop and just stand still. And the room doesn't cease its, shining. But the sound of footsteps on the other side ceases. As assumedly they have just stopped.
Mace would face it, and is it on the opposite side of where he was with Persephone, or?
Yeah, so the double doors that Persephone
Okay.
walked through, that she exited through, they lead to the entrance, the Great Hall of the this temple of gods.
Okay.
So this thing is on the other side of these two doors that are closed.
The same double doors that Persephone took.
Yes.
Okay. His eyes are once again locked on that door. Is that? I know you. Who are you?
Buns is going to start marching in that direction.
Ham.
Yeah.
In your bag, you feel a weird sensation as the book, your cookbook, starts to rattle against you.
I'm going to take it out, but also feeling the general vibe of the room, I'm going to take out the small piece of death that I have. And then I'm going to open the book and sort of check and see what one or both of them might want.
Okay, I'm going to send you what the book says.
Could I send this to you?
And Mace will pull his hammer off of his back and set it on the ground, head down, next to him. And head down, handle straight up.
Okay. Did you get that? Ham?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Buns, what were you doing?
I will be
Going
right
towards
back.
the door.
Just marching toward the
Okay.
door.
You arrive at the door. The sound is still silent. Suo, can you give me a perception, please?
Just base perception.
Yep. Also, where's your mask?
Probably on my head.
Okay. I just need to know. Not for combat reasons, to be clear. This is
It
is
is
for story
safe to
reasons.
assume, unless otherwise noted, it is probably hanging out off kilter on her head.
Gotcha.
Perception.
Dang.
You're just blinded by tears.
Yeah.
So you don't
Having a
see
bad
anything. And you get this really small feeling, like you can kind of hear or feel something like either trying to whisper to you or maybe like almost something poking you, but you can't quite make out where or what it's saying.
No, also very distracted in my grief.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
Can I look
Uh,
out in the hall?
do you peek through the doors?
Yeah.
As you kind of crack the doors open, Buns, you see a tall, pale, feminine figure standing in the center looking upward, kind of peering around the room. Her long, golden, straight hair falls almost to her waist, and it flows elegantly over this beautiful, almost form-fitted robe that has blue and gold kind of like vines crawling around it. And on the back of it sits a very beautifully decorated gold leaf that almost looks as if it floats there.
Does this look like a god or goddess we've had contact with previously?
You have never seen them.
Okay.
As Buns
I don't
opens the
know where everybody went. It's just us in the dining room. Buns. Who are you?
as Buns opens the door and begins to speak, Mace would walk up behind her.
Approaching behind her, you would see the same thing. And all of a sudden, your head starts to hurt. As it floods back to you, you know exactly who this is. Her soft voice echoes, but she doesn't look at you. Her mouth doesn't move, it echoes in your mind. As she says, "Worry not, small one. I know where everyone is."
You.
Mother.
At the word mother, she turns her head, and her eyes piercing gold, she stares directly at Mace. Well, well, well. Returned home after so long. I wish it were on better circumstances.
Please bring him back.
Oh, little one. You know that I cannot,
Why?
because that is not how life and death works.
Please. Buns drops to her knees. Hands clasped before her, begging. Please bring him back. Just this once, break the rules.
Oh, little one. Would I break the rules for you? I would. I cannot. I cannot undo what has already been done. But fear not, little god. With time, you will come to learn the rules and you will understand. It will not take the pain away, but it will help you understand why he did what he did.
Fair.
Mother does not have a record of being fair.
Now, Mace, you make me sound cruel. I simply follow the rules as written.
I think fair is the one thing that they all are. Everyone follows their own law.
She smiles. See, he understands. The rules of life and death were written long ago. And I, being the one who helped write them, it is most important that I follow them. Mace, introduce me to your party so that I may actually see them.
At that, he would throw open the doors. And then reach down to pick up Buns. And put her on her normal perch on his shoulder. This is the one that found me. The one that repaired me and brought me back.
Quite a capable person. I see why you were chosen.
This is Buns.
Hello, Buns.
You're the life binder. Nobody knows where you're at, though. Even Dee didn't know.
Yes, I'm afraid I was a little busy.
And he would then turn around and begin pointing at people, introducing them. The one in the full suit of armor over there is Ladinsky. He spends an awful lot of time staring up at the sun.
Why?
Well, that's quite a good hobby, I guess. I mean, you're not blind yet, so good for you.
Go ahead, Husky.
Does Ladinsky have eyeballs?
I don't think so. Wait, yes, he did. He did in the Halloween episode at least.
Maybe
why I'm
those were
like-
fake eyeballs.
But
that
that
got
makes
us.
sense because bears have eyes.
Yeah, because he was a bear.
He was a bear, yeah.
Or
Anyway, you were
Rar
saying, Husky?
XD.
RAR XD. Praise the RAR XD.
Ah, jeez.
This isn't helping.
Because I was gonna say like Suo would just be like, doesn't have eyeballs.
I mean, you'd never confirmed one way or the other, but you can be reasonably certain.
At the very
As
least,
Suo?
Suo's gonna be like,
The
I don't
Husky
think
was
he has
trying to say something.
eyeballs.
Oh, sorry. What were you
No,
saying? Husky?
I had forgotten what I was trying to say there.
Ah.
Felt.
So,
then he
real quick, Suo, if you would have said that,
Mhm.
she kind of looks over at you, and anybody that's looking at her right now, give me a just straight perception check.
At who?
at the
If
god.
you're looking at life, the god.
Bing, 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 bing.
Why is Vlad's question marks?
Boop. I
Oh,
accidentally
okay.
did self-roll.
Jeez.
Okay. Suo.
I'm rolling
As-
too.
Okay.
There we go. 14 plus. Yes, I can do it. Not that one. This one.
I assume Mace was looking elsewhere, or is Mace also rolling?
No, Mace was looking out at his friends.
Okay.
I got a 14 plus 9 for 23.
Okay. So Suo and Ham, I'm going to send you a message.
Damn, I was 3 off from them, and I don't get a message.
It's probably like 22.
I think staring at the sun too much made it so I can't read anymore.
Maybe it did burn out your eyes.
Looking at her would be brighter than the sun. A bit.
I think that your opinion is biased. Agent of the Life Binder. Where is my dice tray?
Oh god.
I need to finish my dice tray.
That's not it. I swear, you clean some stuff up and can never find anything.
Oh yeah, I know that
It is
feeling.
the ultimate curse. Ah, there it is.
I'm waiting on reactions, I suppose.
Suo just kind of like, I don't know how to describe the expression that crosses her face. Basically, it's the slightly squinted head cocked to the side slightly. Like, this is going to be for like a brief moment, but just like a, did I see what? Like, I'm so confused. Like, that's the expression on her face right now.
Ham would
And then
kind of like smile and walk up to Suo
Mm-hmm.
and like in a kind of, what do you call it? The best way that I can put it is to like knowingly detract, like, we're not going to talk about that, keep going. I'm just going to like slap the back of Suo's thigh and be like, yeah, It's our good friend Suo. I'm just gonna look up at her and smile. Ham never smiles.
I'm sure it is as creepy as I'm imagining it.
Fun fact, most lizards don't have gums.
She smiles back and she says, it's ever so lovely to meet you both.
Like the way I imagine Ham smiling is like the way that like dogs will do the like teeth baring smile.
Yes. Yes, it is largely like that. Except he's got those little dinosaur fangs.
Right,
got- he's
right,
got
right.
little
Which
tiny
makes it
teeth.
even more unsettling.
It's like the goblins from Pathfinder. There we go.
Her expression doesn't change when she looks at your smile. She still smiles back at you warmly.
I was smiling at Suo, but I would turn and continue smiling at life.
Why are you smiling at me like that?
He would have introduced Suo next, but seeing as she already introduced herself, he'd move over to Ham. And this is our resident cooking expert. And
In
Good
layman's
area.
term, a chef.
Ham Hump. And his trusty friend.
Okay.
No,
It's
he'd
not
just
good.
leave it. He would just leave it at that.
Oh. I've
She
worked
smiles.
a long time to earn the title of chef. I'd appreciate it being used.
Chefs in a group are so important. It's a shame ours is missing.
How long?
Huh?
How long?
How long has he been missing?
Yeah.
Oh, a great while now. Since before many lost their memories.
So he was already missing before
Yes,
the events.
it was very unfortunate. His food is greatly missed.
Yes, I've sampled what is served here. It is very good. It does lack a certain quality. I've been trying to figure it out.
Yes, probably a human touch or a godly touch. It's a pale imitation of what he once made.
Hmm. He would go back to sit down and keep stirring the tier mashed potatoes that he was working on, I guess.
Here, mashed potatoes.
He didn't cry into the bowl, but he's just assuming tears have made it into this bowl at some point and doesn't care enough to stop mixing it.
Uh-huh.
Well, quite the party you have here. Very interesting company, but I'm glad that you have friends.
He was part of our company.
At that, he would turn back to look at her.
He was an important part of our company.
Yes. The loss of a god hits everyone deeply.
Buns reaches up to the mark that he had left. She doesn't even know if it's still there with him gone.
It is still there, but it no longer has the same warmth. I know that we will all miss him. such a shame when we lose those dear to us. But I'm sure that you've heard this. I'm sure you know. But I promise that you'll do great things. Being a god, it's one of the most important roles ever.
Wow. Nobody even knows if the gods are real.
No, they don't, and that's unfortunate. Gone are the times when people worshipped openly instead of hiding in the dark. But the world
And
keeps turning, and it keeps turning because we make it so. It's truly a shame when we lose those who have such responsibilities. Some might even say that they're the most important possibilities. Just you know, sorry, I'm rambling.
most of the gods weren't even around. I think some of them still don't remember who they are.
Yes, it's unfortunate, but with time they'll remember. And we can work on rebuilding and restoring the world and making sure that it's the safest and happiest place for us to just live in and keep. Suo and Ham, you can make a perception check.
You said I can make a what?
Perception check.
Oh.
11 plus
Oh.
9, 20. Dirty 20. Unnatural 20. Eldritch 20. Whatever you want to call it.
Oh, lordy.
Ham can do two things: cook and perceive.
We helped D find his memories. Maybe we can find the others and help them the same way.
We helped Demeter too.
Ah, yes. I stopped by. She was tending to the tree. She felt the loss. She was devastated. They were very close. So I sent you a DM. Okay.
Hey, Car.
Well, you've all suffered a great loss. I'll leave you to it. I hope to see you all tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Before you go, if I may,
Yes. How can I help you?
I understand that the previous chef, he's still missing, but did he leave a kitchen here? I know the food seems to prepare itself, but I imagine there was a proper kitchen, a proper hearth here at some point.
Of course there was, but unfortunately it is blocked off. We dare not open it until he either returns or a new god is chosen for that position.
How will you know? I
Uh,
simply wished to make some food for my friends to help with their mourning.
She smiles. I apologize. I know the food isn't up to everyone's standards, but you might. I'm afraid you'll just have to eat what is given here.
Enough. He'll go back to mixing mashed potatoes.
Mother, if I may.
Yes.
I get
Yeah.
the feeling this kobold is no ordinary kobold.
Whatever do you mean?
Apparently I'm old as dirt or something. I don't know how old dirt is. That's just a saying. I'm not being literal.
I mean, you have greatly exceeded your intended life.
If you had to put a number on it just to confirm some suspicions, I imagine you'd know, right? You or maybe Death, who is probably waiting to claim me and hasn't. My memory's not the best.
I know not what death wishes for you. I know that it's been roughly 6-ish, 100 years, maybe?
Ham
Fret-
makes like squinty eyes, but at no one in particular, just kind of like staring forward like he's thinking real hard.
Fret not, though. I dare not attempt to take your long life from you. That's not my job.
Well, yeah, I figured that you might know, as you said, there's that rough year. I thought it was 10 years. Apparently, I'm not good with time. I might have to speak with, oh geez.
Kronos?
Yeah, Kronos. He might help me figure out why my memory's so bad. Case in
Well,
point.
Who's all of that said? Who's to say he's not as long lived as he is because he is the next chosen?
oh, well, I mean, in order for that to be true, he would have to have the sign. Something from the previous god passed down.
Yeah?
Show her
If
your
I do,
book.
what was it? Hephaestus or Hecate? Is it Hecate? Wait,
Wrong pantheon.
I've had to do so much reading lately, I'm getting a little confused. It starts with an H though, right?
Hestia?
Yes, Hestia.
And he holds up his book. I have a book. My name only has 2 H's on it, and the back of the book has 3.
Oh, well. May I see the book? And she holds out her hand. Let me message you real quick.
Yes. You may look at it, but I am extremely protective of it. It was a cherished possession.
Of course. I
And,
will.
I have a lot more cookbooks to read and potentially add to it, so it's not done yet.
Right. She holds out her hand for you to place the book in hers. At this point, the thing that I told you, it intensifies.
Fucking Lord.
Hold on. I was just stricken with some inspiration.
Oh, yes.
And he grabs some ketchup from, like, the table. And he opens it to a blank page and starts writing in the book.
In ketchup?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that out of character.
And he writes,
Uh,
Ye? Question mark. Oh, I see.
what do you see?
How silly of me. Hold on. And he's gonna, like, run to the table and request, like, 15 different ingredients and start making a sandwich.
What does this have to do with sharing the book?
I apologize, life, but, number one priority in life is cooking. And I can't let this moment slip by. This might take me a little bit.
Oh, and you need the book for this creation, I assume?
Yeah, I keep all of my recipes in it. I have for a long time. Like I said, cherished thing. It's the only reason that I'm actually apparently I date things, which is the only reason that I know I've apparently written a recipe in here that's older than 10 years. So
when you were writing in ketchup, how close were you to other members of the party?
I would be standing. So, positions, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is I'd have been standing next to Suo.
Uh-huh.
Hopped up on the table again next to Suo. So I would have never walked up to Life, who is currently next to
Mason Buns. At
Mason Buns, and then Vladinsky is like a third part of a triangle in my mind, probably on the other side of the table.
Right.
So that's how I'm laying everyone out in my head.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
So the only one next to me that would have seen me write and catch up on my book would have been Suo, who has never seen me write in my book before,
Gotcha.
to my knowledge. My IRL memory is almost as bad as Ham's sometimes.
Yes, you would be correct.
And at this, Mace would just lean back towards Mother, and he gets like this every now and again. Just give it a moment.
Oh, it'll only take a moment. I mean, I can certainly wait for a moment, I guess.
I mean, apparently you've been gone a long time, so, what's a few more minutes?
Yes, I do apologize for my absence. I was doing very important business.
Mm.
So
Sua's
Ham,
gonna
you're
kind of.
yes.
Sua will probably stand up and be like, turn to like Buns and be like, "Do you did Persephone she said that they were gonna hold a service or something later, right? Like, do you remember when that was?
Dawn?
Dawn?
Mhm.
What time is it now?
Currently it would probably be in IRL time. It would probably be about 6-ish in the afternoon.
AM? Okay, I was like AM or PM?
Pim.
The Pim.
And so it was oh, I definitely thought it was gonna be like in the evening, like in a couple hours, but that's okay. I clearly wasn't paying attention. And she's just gonna kind of like sit back down slowly.
Life kind of glances at you for a moment and then looks back to Ham as what is Ham still constructing a sandwich?
He has been like sampling the meats provided by the table and tossing them because they're not meeting his expectations. Buns,
Hmm?
I was given cookbooks, yes.
Yes.
How do I find them?
You would know that some of them are kept in the personal library he had here. The rest would be in the actual library.
The one with
Up
the owl
here.
library? Or
No,
is it his
that's
personal
His
other library?
His tower.
The Tower of Denier.
Okay.
The thing that we were originally going to be looking for after we restored his memory.
After we
Yeah.
found the library and restored the quote, the bigger, smaller library, the castle.
We
The-
had also brought back one of the wolves from the previous fight.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
Dead wolf? Alive wolf?
A dead
Dead
one.
wolf.
Okay.
I have not butchered it yet.
There's
Should
Make
probably
some,
get on that.
there's some in the library here, but most of them are in the Tower of Denier.
So, insight, please.
Yes.
There you go.
Do you need a bolt? Yes, it's mine now. Well, those ones are yours.
Yeah, I was just gonna. I was remembering that I was tasked to create a recipe, and I think I found exactly what I need. But I need to double check cooking process. And since at the moment I can't access the library, I figure the theory of said process should be fine, so long as I can read those books. They're in the back room I found you in.
Yeah.
My apologies, Life. This feels extremely important. And he starts running.
Oh. Well, I guess I will just have to check his book later. Quite the interesting group you have here, Mace.
Life.
Yes.
one of the ingredients he needs is a piece of life.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I just don't willingly give that up. I'd have to see the recipe to see the importance of it.
It was something of life and death.
The
Something
recipe.
Yeah, we can. I'm sure we'd be able to go over that once Ham can show you the book later.
The recipe in question calls for essence of life and essence of death.
He has death.
Interesting.
I was hoping to get him the other piece he needs.
We ran into death on our travels.
You ran into death.
Specifically, I ran into. Well, he
Some
crossed
people
our
woke up.
path. He
I was
crossed
asleep
our.
during that whole encounter. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'll be right back.
He crossed our path while I was on sentry duty.
That's water. Buns, perception check. Mace, perception check with disadvantage.
Fucking dice.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God.
Okay. Continue.
The world went.
Suo, you
dark.
can. Suo, well, I'll go ahead and message Sana real quick.
The world went dark. And the two children began looking at us as playthings. My friends wouldn't wake up.
Where did you run into death?
On the road between Trey and Demore.
Interesting. I hadn't seen him in.
Sorry. Buns takes out a piece of copper wire and starts whispering into it.
Okay.
It's a message to M, but she's the only one that'll be able to hear it.
Got it. You can.
You can
As long
DM
as you
me.
let. Yeah, as long as you let me know what you DM, then that's fine. I hadn't seen death in such a long time.
I may have thrown a javelin or two at the children.
Oh dear. You threw a javelin at Judgment? The scales? That's quite a bold choice.
My friends wouldn't wake up. I didn't know what else to do.
Silly and brave, but I suppose you were made to be brave. Well, next time I see Death, I will just have a conversation with him and apologize for you. Thank you so much for sharing. Allow me to go visit some of the others while I've just arrived. I will see you all later, hopefully. Yes. And she just walks away.
Did I miss anything in particular?
No.
Nope.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Suo perception.
So she's gonna go to the door, by the way, and like as she goes out, she's gonna kind of go to the door and just kind of see which direction she goes. And like, try to be a little sleuthy about it.
Bottom. Bottom.
Also, I
Um,
need to
Bottom,
know
bottom.
what I need to know what you told. You'll have to DM me what you responded to
Okay.
Zana. Just so I can keep track of story. Who knows what?
Cooking.
She's gonna turn to Buns and just kind of like hiss under her breath, like kind of like shuffle up close to her, hiss under her breath, and be like, "Do you think she knows where the private library is?"
Oh,
Send a
you
message
guys
to him.
go.
Send a
go.
message to him to be on his guard.
Okay. Bunzel, using the same piece of copper wire, send
And
a
then-
message to Ham. Ham, be careful. Be on your guard. She might be on her way to you. You can
And
reply
then
to the message.
Sue's gonna turn to Mace and be like, "I'm sorry, I don't trust her," and like.
Can I respond to this message? Is
Yeah.
it that kind or is it the other one?
Yeah, you
It's
can
message.
respond.
Okay.
She literally said,
You can
respond to this message.
I-
that she
I
says
think
that in character.
right as she was saying that, Suo started talking, so it kind of
Oh.
blurred together. I know. You'll have to get me out of here. That's all I say.
Okay, come on, you guys. We need to go to the library. I guess. My library now. Buns picks up the papers.
Hold on. Did I? Dab. I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Dab. Huh?
That's just meta components for Pass Without Trace now?
That's your new. Yep.
All right. So then, if you're being stealthy, everybody can roll a perception check with the effects of Pass Without a Trace.
Give me a
There's
stealth roll.
Perception. Stealth roll?
You've had us roll too many
stealth.
perceptions. All rolls are perception
As a
rolls.
reminder, it is a plus 10 bonus to your stealth check,
yes.
as long as you're within 30 feet of me.
Very confused. Mace will
Womp womp.
walk back and why? Oh,
Isn't it
disadvantage.
plus 10?
It is
Yes,
plus
plus
10,
10.
yes.
Plus 10 on top of your other stuff.
Husky.
I do have disadvantage on that.
Good God.
The other one was a nat 20.
He didn't
18 with
even-
a disadvantage.
He didn't even add the plus 10, so technically that's a 28.
That's a 28, yeah.
Yeah.
DC
so-
30 is supposed to be impossible, by the way. Just for anyone listening.
Yeah,
Like
it's
if you
supposed
set
to be.
something at DC 30, it's I'm going to humor you with a roll, is what the
Yes.
DM is saying when they set
It's
a DC.
you need a nat
30.
20 to pass this.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
And that's if
Vlad's
the
hiding
DM
from the
allows.
gods.
Yes.
So, very confused, Mace will walk back to his hammer, pick it up. Why?
I thought that thing was
What?
physically attached to you.
No, not yet.
Oh. Not yet.
So Suo's gonna kind of like how would she put it? she's gonna be like, because I'm assuming this is like as we're creeping down the hallway.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as you guys are creeping down the hallway, Buns is like, we need help. Because if that's a god, we're gonna need help. Bahamut! Screaming for Bahamut. It worked for Persephone.
So
Oh no.
he would have picked back up his hammer as they're going back towards the back rooms. He would have picked the chain back up, wrapped it back around himself as they get going.
Suo would explain that she was kind of getting a bad vibe from her, like she felt like she was being a little fake, but didn't really think anything of it until she started getting a little pushy with the book and saw that Ham was also uncomfortable with that situation. And then as she showed more interest, it was like as you guys were talking more about the book, she realized that, like, she noticed that she seemed to have not great interest in what was going on.
And Bunzel mentioned, she said something that kind of didn't sit right with me. Something about how the world's gonna be a nice, happy place for us to live in. Us meaning the gods, but what about the people?
Ham, by this point, you've already reached the library. What are you doing in the library?
So once I get to the library, I am going to look for a book that is as close to the physical look of my book as possible, as like a decoy book, and like start scratching in recipes from, like, Campbell's, normal chicken noodle soup.
Got you. Okay, so first, I'm gonna need you to make an investigation check to see if you can find a book that looks similar to yours.
Little do you guys know, I'm amazing at those. Hold on, I'm gonna roll with my -1. That'll be a 3.
Oh!
You find a book that you think looks similar.
It turns out Ham was partially colorblind this whole time. Okay, and then I'm just gonna start penning recipes frantically. And from memory, I'm gonna have my book in my bag, basically. And I'm also going to, and I'm sure that I will get all the sorts of flack for this, but I will take some recipes out of other cookbooks and sort of fold them into the pages to look like I just have an amalgamation of different recipes in here. I just want to make an instant cookbook.
Buns.
I'm cooking up a book.
Buns.
This hurts me, doesn't it?
As you're sneaking through the halls, you get a sudden twinge and almost this weird connection, and something in your mind whispers to you, your library is being ransacked.
Stealth is out the window. She's still calling for Bahamut. But she is running for the library.
So it was just like,
Not a word. My library.
What is everyone else doing as they see Buns run down the hall?
chasing after her.
Are you staying in stealth or are you breaking stealth?
If it turns out that stealth is not going to be an option with Lightfoot McGee over here or Swiftfoot McGee, then I will brave stealth. Otherwise, I will be
I-
speed walking.
Mace would try to catch her.
Oh.
So if you're gonna run after,
Absolutely.
if you're gonna like chase after Buns, then you're gonna be dropping stealth. You can continue to stealth. It'll just you won't be able to keep up with Buns. It'll take you longer to get there.
I think he's trying to grapple Buns.
Yes.
So make a what is that? A stealth?
Two.
No, athletics check versus either athletics or acrobatics. If you're making the contesting rolls.
Also,
Yeah.
Buns, what's your speed? Is it
30.
30? And then I assume Mace's is also
Mine's
30.
also 30, yeah.
Okay, so then you can make a grapple check versus Buns' strength acrobatics, whichever one Buns prefers.
Yeah, it's athletics from Mace versus either athletics or acrobatics from Buns.
Right.
Oh, going
Yes.
acrobatics.
Yes, that is what you said.
That's what I thought. I was like, did I not say that?
That's okay.
You're not going insane. It's okay.
Oh, that's definitely okay.
You just
Uh-uh.
barely like miss as you fall to the ground, and Buns continues running, and you don't grapple her.
All right.
Bahamut, my library now.
He is going to rage and sprint after her to catch her.
We're gonna cut back to Ham.
Buns,
Ham-
start screaming and running. Mace, start screaming and running. Suo.
Ham, the door to the library opens,
Mm-hmm.
and standing in the entryway is the woman from the dining room,
Mhm.
Life. And she walks in and she goes, "Yes, hi. I was wondering if you needed a hand finding anything."
I wouldn't dare order around Life.
Oh, you're not ordering me around. I'm offering my assistance.
Oh, well, to be fair, I'm probably be in a little bit of trouble because, I'm not as careful with these books as I should be.
Oh dear.
Can you repair books? And I hold up like a slightly torn other cookbook.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't have a great amount of knowledge in repairing books. But maybe I could hold some books for you. While I'm here, I could check that book for you.
Well, I'd show it to you, but I think it's silly. I think it's just. I mean, I'm an amazing chef. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm great, but I don't even have a recipe that's good enough to fill my promise to Tanya Titan. That I
Titan.
promised to make them the best food they've ever had, let alone a meal worthy of your halls. I still have a
Right.
long way to go.
She smiles at you, and she just says, "It's okay. Give me the book." And you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Of all the days to not have access to Heroes Feast!
Please let my
so bad.
rise to Bahamut work like they did on Persephone.
It'll be 7 plus 3. I could have sworn I had better proficiency than that. I guess I have strength and dexterity as a Do I really have strength and dexterity as a ranger? Weird.
Uh,
For saving throws,
you
yeah.
you walk forward and start extending the book to her.
To confirm, my book is in my bag. Is this the decoy book that I made?
No. You are currently giving her the book that she wants to see. You can hear as Buns is yelling and it starts to get louder. It's getting closer, but you can't seem to stop yourself as you continue to move forward. Right before the book touches her hands, Buns, you explode through the doorway right as you see Ham Hawk place the book in Life's hands. And she turns and she smiles at you holding the book. Oh, this must be what he meant. He did warn me that he would be in some trouble.
Give me the book.
I'm sorry?
Give me the book. This is
I'm just simply going to look over it and double check it and then return it to Ham.
Buns' cries for Bahamut did nothing, did they? Did they?
No. It's almost as if they didn't reach anyone. You see as she opens the cover of the book.
Level 2. Buns is going to cast level 2 magic missiles.
Targeting?
Her.
Let me double check this. As you extend your hand forward to cast your magic missiles, they fizzle. And she starts turning the pages of the book.
How
Do
far
I have
away
control
is she?
of myself at the moment?
You have, let me see how long this lasts.
Lasts a turn for command.
Yeah,
I
it's
believe.
1 round. So not quite yet, but you will soon.
Have I gotten there yet?
Going
were
at
you
your
doing?
pace.
Because I would
They
have been
were-
running after her as well.
Oh, okay. So you didn't continue to stealth. You ran
No,
after.
no, no. Like what I was saying is that if it would have been something where, depending on the speed of Bun, I would basically keep pace with Buns. If that
Okay.
meant I could stay in stealth, I would. If it didn't, then I wasn't.
So
Yeah.
you will arrive right as Buns' spell fizzles, and she starts flipping through the book.
Okay, cool.
So-
Because I would like to cast Darkness centered on her.
Let me check.
And Mace would have been right behind Buns, claws out, rune spinning.
Or no. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't want to cast Darkness.
Okay.
I want to cast Misty Step to right in front of her and take the book from her.
Okay. As you go to use Misty Step, you feel it start to fizzle up, and then it fizzles out.
So I don't Misty Step.
No.
Can I still move?
Yes, but she has stopped on a page towards the back of the book and is looking at it. Mace, I need you to make an insight check with disadvantage.
Ugh.
Mace, she is doing nothing wrong. In fact, you are convinced that she is doing nothing wrong. She's doing exactly what she said she was going to do, and she's not breaking any promises. Vlad, what are you doing? Were you also chasing?
Yes, I was also chasing behind everyone.
Okay, so you kind of get to the room around the same time that Suo does. You see both of their stuff fizzle out, and you do see Mace raging, but he kind of pauses, and his rage doesn't seem as intense as it was a moment ago. And you can see as she's peering at an open page in the book. Ham, at this point, you regain control of yourself. You see as her eyes kind of finish glossing over this page. And then she snaps the book closed. And then she just drops it on the ground.
That is not how you treat books in my library.
Well, it is how I treat books to traders.
Great.
Suo's legitimately going to snarl.
Writers?
What do you
Like, and
Mother,
like,
what do you mean?
Oh, well, it's simple. See, he had to go missing. He wanted to give it all up. I can't just let people give it all up. I mean, what would they even do after this? Give all of this up? That's insane. Giving it up for what? Because he wants to relax and cook? Because she had a child? She looks at you, Suo. Her eyes not hiding the disgust this time.
oh, that's what that was for. I see. Suo's just gonna be like, the only traitor I see is you.
Yeah.
I'm not a traitor.
Mm.
Those who want to give up the most amazing gift that could ever be given can't be trusted.
You don't deserve to be a god.
If Ham goes to just gently pick the book back up and dust it off, is he able to do so?
She allows you to. She doesn't do anything to stop you. You can think that I'm a traitor. You're still young. You don't know what it means to be a god. And one day you'll find out what it means. And then you'll cherish it.
If you were what gods are supposed to be, I'm glad they've been gone for so long.
She smiles at you. Your view will change. It's fine. You'll learn.
No.
But it seems that I've learned something interesting myself. Here I was, walking around this entire time, restoring memories to gods. And then, if they wanted to continue being gods, then they could and they returned. And then I moved on. Until, unfortunately, one of them didn't want to give up their little, small, pathetic village life.
What's wrong with that?
Everything.
Suo's going to, again, with a snarl, say, "It was you. You killed her."
Oh, heavens no. Life can't take life. That's impossible. So I just simply made people who could do the job for me.
Her blood is still on your hands.
Well,
Is
from
that
where
what
I'm
Mace was
standing.
for?
No. No, mace is for the after. Mace was made so that when disobedient gods lose their way and have to be taken care of, new ones will be found. That's his job. That's his
Not
purpose.
anymore.
I mean, I beg to differ. He's already found two. I mean, the choices could need a little fine-tuning. But he did his job, and I'm sure he'll continue to do it. That's what he was made to do.
At that, he will slam his mace into the ground.
Suo's so mad she's thinking about multi-classing.
Into barbarian?
Honestly, though, Barbarian Kitsune sounds like lit.
I would probably do the barbarian where you like partially transform anyway.
It's always the best option when you get to partially transform or produce tentacles. Either one, you know.
I have no comment.
She
And
looks at Mace, who
the-
just slammed his mace into the ground.
His claws get just a little bit longer.
Now, don't you hold a temper tantrum.
I knew she was being patronizing earlier.
You don't deserve the love that I have shown you.
She tilts her head at you, and her smile kind of goes away, and she goes, "Oh, you silly little thing. You weren't made to love. I never cared. You were made to do a job, and you'll do it well. As you always have."
Not any more. He's not yours anymore. He's mine.
Oh, good. Another god of knowledge coming in and trying to change the meaning of things. I had to get rid of one. I mean, I can get rid of you next. It's fine. I'll just keep finding a new one.
You created the cult.
You can see my call sign. Yes?
Suo's so mad.
She looks at you. And what is that supposed to mean to me? Should I be afraid? What do I have to fear? You all are in my house. This is my home. I created it. And I created you.
No, you didn't.
I beg to
Not
differ.
sure. I'm not sure you created this house if you didn't create him.
I created all of it.
Sounds
And
to
now
me
I
like
have
you're
a
just spoiled
recipe.
child.
Oh. You may think whatever you want, because now I have a recipe. I have a recipe that can undo all of it.
Yeah, but you don't have one of the necessary pieces.
Oh, don't I? What would I be missing? And she holds up a little black piece of fabric. Is it part of death that I would be missing?
Mace would throw a dagger, trying to knock it out of her hand.
It somehow passes through her, as if she's not actually here. See, the thing is, I spent such a long time looking for and awakening gods, and it was all so trivial. Thought, I'll find death. I'll talk to death. But see, death didn't respond, and I couldn't find him.
Given your
So
attitude, I wonder why.
Well, it's okay. I found somebody new. Somebody who could make a better death than that one. And one day, she'll be free. And she'll help me remake everything the way it should be.
No, she won't.
Oh, you have no idea what she will and won't do.
You have no idea who and what we are.
You are a bunch of sad, broken children of former disgraces. And she looks at Suo. And gods who disobeyed. And she looks at Buns. And one of you is just here simply to carry a key to unlock a door. Oh well. But anyway, I appreciate you bringing them all here, Mace. It's really been helpful. I've gotten everything that I needed. I even got a clue as to where a traitor might be. And she tilts her head at Suo, and slowly her form starts to disappear. You want to play a round of chase? Who can get there first? Me or you? I'm
Mace will
pretty
charge.
quick. As you charge, the last bit of her disappears as you charge through her. And she fades away. And her voice echoes in the room. Better run fast, little fox.
Out of character, I have no idea who she's talking.
She's referring to the fact that you got detailed information on where your mother is.
Oh,
You do
fuck.
remember that, right? Do you remember the detailed information?
We need to find Kai. We need to find your mom. And we need to get the other god.
Totally remember.
To the north.
Yes, to the north, and you were given a picture, and the picture shows a particular tree in a line of trees that is a special symbol on it. And this is the doorway to where your mom hides.
Buns marches out the door, looks at Hamhock. Don't destroy any more books. Please, that hurts. And starts
understand.
screaming for Bahamut, Kronos.
We need to leave. We won't be able to do anything here. She holds dominion.
How?
I don't know how to leave.
You're the god of
How?
knowledge now. Add the information to your head.
How could I
He
have been
points to the
so
table.
blind?
Don't worry.
To be fair, I think you did an exemplary job. She did make one very powerful point, Mace. You're very good at your job. And when a wayward god is wayward, you'll find a suitable replacement. I don't
Yeah.
think she realizes she falls under that purview.
And he starts thumbing through the book and just going over recipes and reading them as a sort of self-consoling practice.
Mace falls to the ground, falls to all fours, and just starts punching.
Buns will go back in, hoping that this time the other gods will hear and come to the library.
Some sand kind of starts to spin around at the entryway, and a familiar shape enters the doorway as you see Kronos stand there.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, you sound so frantic. Did something happen?
Yes.
Mace is just wailing on the ground.
Is
Punch
he
after punch
having?
after punch after punch.
Do you know how
Is-
to summon the others?
I'm afraid. He kind of looks away from you, almost as if he's just unable to look you in the eye, and he goes, "They're a little busy."
This
If
is
you could,
important.
Kronos. We have one more mission, it seems. One of the most time-critical missions. And I think this falls particularly under your purview. Could you get us to a location faster than anyone else possibly could?
You get us
If you're
there
asking
10 minutes
if I
ago.
I mean, I can get you anywhere at any time. But why is this important? Messing with time is. It's not. It's a kind of a delicate balance.
If you could humor me for a moment.
Uh,
You
What's
can
your lifetime
perceive
of
time,
season?
past, present, and future, right?
Up to a point, yes.
How far away is that point?
In terms of future,
Yes.
Infinite, but it's all seen in possibilities, since it actually isn't set in stone until something actually happens.
How far back can you see?
How far back? I mean, to the beginning of it all.
I
Could
need
you... I was gonna say, could he look back at this room and relive, at least from perspective, what just went on? It might fill him in faster than we can explain.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually, I have no dominion over time here in this building.
I see. Well, you'll have to take our word for it. Life was here, and she's ready to unravel it all. She just took a piece of death and is heading after Suo's mother, the last vestige of her.
Wait.
Oh yeah, and she organized the hit on Artemis.
And Demir.
She's the reason the gods are dying. And I think the reason why they lost their memories.
And probably
You
why
see-
they. Well, yeah. I was gonna say why they went missing in the
see
first place.
as,
But that's the same thing as losing their memories.
As sand starts to pour around him and turn into a cyclone around him, as his outfit and his hair flies every direction, and you see as his eyes kind of turn a shade of black with hints of red in it.
Aw, man.
And he looks at you all
Who knows?
and he goes, "I will end her."
Oh, thank God.
Get the others first.
And
I
can you send
can.
us to the north?
I
We can't
can.
leave this place on our own.
I will send you there, but I cannot get the others. I'll let them know what happened. And he kind of like waves his hand, and a
Thank you.
little like
Leaving us.
some of the sand kind of forms a circle, and on the other side you can see a cold, snowy, like
Let's go,
just a
you
cold,
guys.
snowy area. And he looks at
Luckily.
you all and he goes, I promise that we'll get him back. I'm sorry that they took him.
I am too, Kronos. Stay safe,
Suo?
please.
Suo's gonna look through that portal and just more cold.
It's a good thing you're still dressed for it, right?
And he's gonna
think
run
so,
through
yeah.
the portal, and Nugget's gonna follow through. He stuffed the cookbook back into his bag.
Come on, you guys. Let's go.
I don't
As
think I ever
everyone-
really changed, so
As everyone kind of passes through, Vlad, you feel as Kronos grabs your arm before you go through, and he looks at you, and the sand kind of ceases to go in every direction. The portal's still open, and he looks at you, and he goes, if you see any of them, any of the people that did this to Artemis or to Janir, Vlad, I know that Buns is in a sensitive place right now. They took him. We can't put him to rest. They took his body. That's why I can't get the others. They're scattered. We're all looking for him. If you see them, try and figure out where he is, okay?
Vladinsky just takes a moment. He just glares into Kronos' eyes, and he says, I will do everything in my power to get him back. I don't care if I have to go to the ends of Earth and back. I will get Dinir back. I will make them pay for what they have done. He does not deserve this. He needs to be put to a proper rest.
Thank you, Vlad. We're gonna find him.
At some point, no, that Mace would have slowed and gave one final punch, leaving just a crater in its library.
Poor
Good luck.
Buns.
They're gonna need it. Would be the last thing he says as Mace walks through the portal.
You all exit, and in front of you is a cold tundra. And at the other end of this vast field is a line of trees. And one of those trees looks familiar to Suo. And that is where we will end this week's episode of
Damn
Awooters Does D&D.
I had a feeling that was the end of it. Yeah.
It was a good spot. It was a good spot.
Yep.
I'm getting to show a
Buns
little
is-
bit of why is Ham.
Mm-hmm.
It feels
Buns is not quite tapped out, but she's close.
Well, fun fact, you all get the benefits of a short rest because when you went through the portal, Kronos' portal, he did in fact send you back in time. So you gain the benefits of having had a long rest.
a long rest or a short rest.
Long rest, sorry. It's a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
So, but that is this week's episode of Awooters Does D&D, where nobody gets traumatized and it wasn't terrible from the start, and I'm sorry.
That music though,
Right.
chef's kiss.
oh yeah, the music
I
was
can
on
say
that.
point.
I'm a chef.
Thank you. Thank you. I put a lot of effort and a lot of extra touches into this week's run. So
You know?
Damn right you did. Jeez, this
You
letter.
might want to use a slightly easier to read font for poor Mace here. He just had his eyes replaced.
Yeah.
The problem I had is that I was trying to find a good handwritten font that was reasonably easy to read, and that was the closest one I could get because I didn't want to do something that didn't feel denier. But I
Right.
also I know that it's not the easiest to read, but it's the easiest I could find in the moment.
Right.
Which says something about the other fonts.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Atlas, I was thinking Buns was about to go on her villain arc. Is her villain arc actually a hero arc now?
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess we'll have to find out what happens when you run into everything. And as we finally meet, you know, the person whose hair we've been trying to match for the past couple of episodes.
Whatever could you mean?
We'll
I don't
finally
know what
get
you're
the
talking about.
answer. We'll finally get the answer to the question of, does Suo's hair actually match the red?
Find out next time on DnD.
Yeah, that's the important part, not the fact that Suo's gonna reunite with her mom that she's never met before.
Yeah.
It's the hair
Right.
part that's
Okay.
important. That's what
You know,
everybody's
maybe,
waiting for.
maybe
It's the fact
we'll
that
get to see it.
for an hour, Sewell will have the exact same shade of hair as her mother.
I'm gonna make it the same.
Because Buns will use prestidigitation to make it so.
That don't cost a spell slot.
Nope. She can
But
keep
did we
doing it
all-
every hour.
I hate to ask. In terms of, I know we had a sad time, but did we have a good time? Did we at least enjoy the session?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
cried.
So
that
angry
was
that
great.
Daenerys is dead.
That was glorious.
So no one could
The,
really tell, but for most of that entire exchange, from within the original room, right, the main hall, if you will, the mess hall, to in the library, both of those times of conversing with life, Ham was just smiling it up. He's like, no, this is exactly how this goes. Nothing has ever made more sense in his entire life than this moment right here.
I like that you gave Suo the creeps. That was a good touch too.
Again, Ham has
The-
never smiled until today, and naturally, it's because the world is probably about to end.
But I'm glad we all had a good time. There is a little announcement. So we will be swapping when Awooters Does D&D goes live. So it will no longer be late in the afternoon on Friday. It'll actually be switching to Sundays in the evening. So hopefully that kind of lines up with more people's schedule. I know it kind of lines up more with our schedules a bit better. And it'll get us earlier in the day so that maybe more people can relax with us and enjoy our Sundays together. So look forward to that. So there won't be a Wooters Does D&D next Friday. It'll be next Sunday. But thank you guys so much for all the support and everything that you guys do. And if you want to get caught up with all of the Awooters production stuff, or if you missed any of the Awooters Does D&D episodes, you can check out our YouTube channel where all the old episodes get posted and trimmed by the amazing Yagoki Wolf.
Yay!
As well as
So
our
next
Wander
episode,
Home episode.
next number here is going to be the 18th, just to be clear.
Nice. And then if you also want to see, if you're maybe caught up with all of the Awooters Does D&D episodes and you want to see something else that the Awooters team does as a production, you can check out our vastly popular run of Wander Home hosted by the little underscore Foxy over here.
Hey.
Oh my god.
It wasn't me this time.
And
Oh my God.
it might seem like, the cute animals wandering around would be just cute, happy times. Man, the players don't seem to have that as their goal. I'm not even directing this party anymore.
I don't even know what you're talking about because every Awooters production does not involve any trauma.
Any at all.
No, nothing at
It's
all.
nothing but happiness and
Nothing at
fun and
all.
joy.
No, I
But if
didn't
you-
cry today.
Just a bunch of happy hobos over here.
I want you to know that I wrote the letter and I cried. Anyway, if
Did
you
you
want
cry
to
while
see,
you were writing it?
No, I held it together when I wrote it, and then when you guys were reading it, I was like, oh no, that's real emotions. Oh no.
Done goofed.
I did my best to read that as stone-faced as possible.
The worst
Mission
part is that you
accomplished.
added inflection in certain points, and I was like, oh, that's how he'd say it.
It felt read genuinely because you genuinely read it. And I think that that's what made it.
If you want to see when other people on the team go live, other than the people in this production, you can join the Discord and see when amazing team members go live.
Oh,
Or just talk
Yes.
about. You can also talk about Dungeons and Dragons Wander Home or any other games that we have over there in the Awooters Discord. And with that being said, little_5, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on. Where is it?
Sorry, I didn't know you
Wow.
needed it. Or sorry, it's the other way around, isn't it?
You can find me at that link that I'm not going to say out loud because I'm lazy. Anyway, I have an underscore in my name, and that means that I'm cool.
Praise the underscore.
I want to let you
Oh
know.
my god! I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for praise the underscore.
You were saying.
I want to let you know, because of the way it's typed out, it looks like it says twitch.tv/YugokiWolf for MRedfeather.
It does. It does. And M Redfeather for Misfit for me.
And then
Remember
to
this?
find
Yeah.
Husky,
Husky.
you go to Misfith's channel.
No, the
works.
dots. The dots are supposed to
Stolen.
indicate. Yeah, they're supposed to indicate that they get fun.
I wish we could do a new line. That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, it's unfortunate it doesn't do that.
You hear that, Twitch? Do it.
Stop yelling at the overlords. We need them to like us. Speaking of people that keep us safe from the Twitch overlords, Vlad, where can people find you on the internet?
Well, when I'm not depressed for once, not staring at the sun because that actually hurts my eyes when they're filled with tears, you can find me hiding in the Wooters Discord.
Whoops.
Wow.
Yeah, our metal man here almost needed an oil can to get himself going.
Good.
Almost
No.
rusted up in
Almost
his
rusted
suit
his
of armor.
Almost rusted the
No.
For the salty tears.
I want to let you know. Also, Peanut says that you're doing your job well. Then.
Nice. We got the peanut seal of approval.
The other mod.
Speaking of people who definitely didn't get traumatized and are going to tell you how much they didn't get traumatized, Sua, where can people find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me not being traumatized at twitch.tv/MRedfeather playing spooky games or RPGs or doing some art stuffs. But you
Great.
can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever it's called now.
The TikTok do be poppin'.
The TikTok do be poppin'.
And then other people made of metal who didn't rust at all this campaign. Mace, where can people find you on the internet?
Yum, 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 yum.
I can be found in a series of locations: YouTube, here on Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and X over there, or Twitter, all at Yagoki Wolf in those locations.
Where you can get your
Various
mace
types of
approved gas-powered sticks.
Different kinds
great.
of content abound on the different platforms.
Mm-hmm.
You mean
And
it's
hit him
not
up for
all
those
Baldur's Gate
gas-powered
3?
sticks.
It is not all Baldur's Gate 3, no.
No, that's M's channel.
Yes.
If you guys could hear the tab opening sound.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't.
Misfit has it now too.
Speaking of
Oh, really?
Azana, who's gonna keep me alive and not kill me because I did the thing that she was like, I'm gonna kill you, but if you keep me alive, then you probably get to hurt people. Remember that. Azana, where can people find you on the internet?
When I am not threatening Atlas's life or harassing the rest of these people in the Discord, or trying to keep these productions together, I can be found in Yagoki streams or on maybe my own, maybe playing with beavers soonish. Ms_5th here.
You
on
heard it
Twitch.
here, folks.
PG-13 beavers.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
not lying. She's not lying at all.
Praise the
Beavers.
beaver overlords.
No, no, no. No. Oh my god. No.
Playing with beavers.
You can find me at twitch.tv/JMEPeanut. Just
Wait,
kidding.
that doesn't seem right.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. That's violently accurate.
I thought it was Atlas Ribbon.
That's my backup account. If you want to watch my backup account, you can follow me at twitch.tv/AtlasRiven. You can also follow me at on X as AtlasRiven and TikTok as AtlasRiven also. I do occasionally post on TikTok, but sometimes in order to get content, I have to stream.
What?
Streaming's hard.
Streaming is hard
Jeez. Opens up
because
fast,
I'm
huh?
a busy little guy who does busy little guy things all the time.
All the busy little
busy.
time.
I'm a busy guy doing
Busy
busy
guy.
things. Hold on. 1 second before we pick somebody to raid. I just need to put something on real quick. Oh, hi, it's me, not Atlas, who's going to leave and not get murdered. It's so nice to meet you all. We're going to raid a cookie Baghdad.
Oh boy.
It's a good thing that that Atlas guy left so that he does not get murdered by Donna.
If Atlas is not here,
Then I can use my Elmo voice.
I will fucking end you.
Don't worry, Stitch will be there too.
Oh boy, Stitch.
Hey, Elmo.
Guys, this is I have to go to therapy.
You live with the Elmo voice.
God, I know. I mean, what? Wow. Enjoy Cookie Pack. That love you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye forever. Where I'm still alive. Me, this guy, not Atlas Ribbon. Bye. Cut.